All right, let's bring in Juan Williams, co-host of The Five, right here on Fox News and author of the new book, What the Hell Do You Have to Lose? And Eric Metaxas, his newest book, Donald Drains the Swamp. Both of them are New York Times best-selling authors. Welcome to you both.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, so you heard the president there. He's had this line that's been very catchy over the last few days, jobs, not mobs, trying to differentiate the two parties. But he also had this problem. Townhall.com talks about something he said in Montana. Said Trump's video followed a remark he made at a rally in Montana Thursday night where he said Democrats produce mobs, Republicans produce jobs. But he also drew criticism for joking about Representative Greg Gianforte body slamming a reporter. Quote, any guy that can do a body slam, he is my type. The crowd loved it. But Eric, is he stepping on his own jobs, not mobs message?
No, he's not. Actually, it's so funny to me because in a way, the jobs, not mobs message ties into this. Your average American may not say it on TV, but they see what's going on. The mobs that we've seen, the lack of respect, the lack of civility that the left has resorted to is horrifying. It's as un-American as anything can be. And people see that. Your average American, as I say, they may not think of themselves as a conservative or pro-Trump, but they think, my goodness, if you've run out of arguments, you resort to this kind of thing, which means you have no arguments. So it's very, very bad for the Democrats. But I really think that they've disgraced themselves. And so when Trump cracks a joke like that, similarly, your average American sees it as a joke and enjoys it. I really think that we've never seen the Beltway elites as out of touch with middle America, never in our history. And it's just a dramatic divide. It's clearer than it's ever been.
Well, the crowd in Montana liked it. But, Juan, you know the president is focusing on folks like Eric Holder, Hillary Clinton, Maxine Waters, these mobs that are showing up against cabinet officials and Republican senators and saying this has gotten out of hand. And he's using it to campaign against them.
Well, he's attacking Democrats, he's attacking reporters, and I think it's kind of unfortunate, given your previous segment. This week he's talking about, oh, let's celebrate. It's so funny to body slam a reporter. You know, to me, again, there are people who might say President Trump is no snowflake, he's no politically correct guy, he makes fun of these people, what's the big deal? But again, when you talk about mockery, about going after people, I think people think, what is going on? That's not presidential. That's not the way that anybody would think that America's leader should behave. And then, of course, you actually invite the idea that the Trump rallies, where he's talking about the American press as enemy of the people, and he's going on. He's thinking, hey, gee, these rallies get out of control. They look more like mob than somebody simply calling somebody out and saying, you're my representative, and I want you to hear my perspective as an American citizen.
That's ridiculous. I'm amazed that you say things like that. I've watched you for years. I respect you. You're falling into this trap of trying to pull any political thread you can. The idea that these rallies that anything bad is going on, that's sheer nonsense. It's sheer nonsense. Well, you can raise your eyebrows. It's nonsense. The only time people see violence is with Antifa and is with left-wing crazies. You should be calling them out.
Eric,
so
let's stop. Remember that at Trump rallies during the campaign, you had fights breaking out, people attacked, and the president saying, go ahead, I'll pay your bills. And
just last week, we had that happened one time. That's not a talking point. That's reality. That happened one time, Sean. And Antifa has been destroying property. But I mean, this is ridiculous.
Charlottesville one time? Was that a real mob?
Okay, but wait a minute. We're not saying that the president was encouraging anything that happened in Charlottesville.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying that when you talk about mobs, where was the mob? That was a mob that were people who were Trump supporters.
You're going back to Charlottesville?
I want to go to Proud Boys in New York last week. How about that? That's all you have?
You know what? You've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. You're too smart. You know what is going on. I have seen violent left-wing mobs in Manhattan. I was walking down the street
Proud Boys
with my wife,
week, which is
and I saw guys
group
saying, F the cops, F the cops. They were absolutely out of control. A huge left-wing mob. And you know who was protecting them? The cops. The cops were standing right there while people practically spit in their face.
Here's the real issue, Eric. The real issue is that the Republicans and President Trump at this moment don't have a strong message The tax cuts haven't worked.
That's a joke.
So what's working
you know what?
is
All right,
we're
gentlemen.
going to go
That's
at
amazing.
mobs
That's
and
amazing to
attacking
me.
Democrats.
Gentlemen,
It's hilarious.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
I think you're both smart, intelligent guys. And I don't
believe
think
you're
we're
saying
going
that.
to solve any of this tonight. But we thank you for a spirited debate. In the meantime, Eric and Juan are best-selling authors and feisty debaters. Thank you both very much.
You're welcome.